being finalized just because of the current location. It doesn't have the parameters that we need. So we'll go ahead as soon as it's secure. We'll go ahead and share it with you guys.
Okay.
We do have we have contacted the owner about that vacant lot though. So if that's not going to be safe for Earth Day, I'll go ahead and move forward with that.
Okay. Yeah, I know that's no fault of their own because majority of it is the vendors' trash that they throw over that fence. I don't really know what else could be done because it's consistently full of just garbage that they're throwing over.
Yeah, it is a tough situation. But we got to encourage the owners to maintain the property. So, I mean, it's unfortunate that because it's a vacant lot at a highly frequented area that happens. But we still want to encourage them to be present and take care of it. And usually, owners are pretty responsive. It's just we kind of gotta bring it to their attention that they need to step up as owners.
Okay.
Yeah.
The other location is on well, I guess it's both corners on, right across from the corner on where the Dairy Queen is on Valley, as well as where the hotel is proposed to be
Mhm.
going. Those two lots there's a lot of trash over there as well now.
Yeah, we can definitely take a look at that. Make sure it gets cleaned up. You're talking about the what used to be that gas station?
Yeah.
Okay. And where the hotel's going?
Hmm.
All right. Any other?
Shared a picture with Supervisor Baca next to Zimmerman.
Hello.
That there was a bunch of tires thrown out there in the street, and it was picked up.
Yeah, that was
So,
me and my partner. We went
Thank
out there
you,
and got
thank
them.
you
Yeah.
very much. And also, I called him about the motorhome on Harupa and Maple.
Yeah, we
And
got that
thank
too.
you,
Yeah.
thank you for picking that up as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, no
So
problem.
there are some tires again in the same location by Zimmerman,
Okay.
and somebody threw boxes out there just randomly as well.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll be there tomorrow. We'll take care of that.
Okay, thank you. And then also there is graffiti on the wall in the corner of Harupa and Linden, right there where the what is that? Where Pitney Bowes was. There is graffiti on that wall.
All right, we'll take care of that.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, no
Thank
problem.
you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, now next up is Colton Joint Unified School District.
All right, looks like the mic is on. Thank you again, board chair, vice chair, members. My name is Israel Fuentes. I am the board member for Colton Joint Unified School District. And a small report today. Kids are back from spring break as of Monday. And I think everyone's happy because I know a lot of parents are like, man, 2 weeks spring break, have them at home, they eat more. I'm sorry. So they're back at school. And we do have some testing going on right now for state, and they're making up some testing as we currently speak this week and next week. And we are getting close to graduations. So towards the end of May, I think the first graduation is May 22nd for Colton High School. Then the following week, we have Bloomington High School's graduation, and I lost my calendar here. Wanted to share that. So Bloomington High's graduation is on the 27th, and that'll be at the 66ers arena or the baseball arena. And then the following day will be Grand Terrace High School. And then the following day will be Washington and Slover Mountains graduations also. And those will take place at the Colton High School auditorium. So we're getting close to the end of the school year. The last day of school will be June 2nd. So last day of school is June 2nd. So start planning, parents. Have the kids with you for the next 30 days after that. And then we'll start school up again. So we are getting ready for the end of the school year, and all of our seniors are happy and getting ready to go to whatever they're going to do after they graduate, either career tech, university, college, whatever God puts in their heart. So we're trying our best to make sure that our students, as they graduate, find something so that they are successful, they have a career, and they're planning correctly. So we are working with a lot of our students on making sure they get FAFSA, they get all these scholarships, all these opportunities, so they have an open door to become successful in life. And that's the goal. That's my goal. And I know that's the goal of the board and the school districts, that our children succeed and become whatever they are going to be in life. So that's all I have. If you have any questions or concerns, please direct them directly to your administrator at your local school. Zimmerman, Smith, Crestmore, um, what do we have here? Lewis, Grimes, Joe Baca Middle, Bloomington High, Ruth Harris, Sycamore. We'll go as far as out to Fontana. So if you have school, do have schools in Fontana, a couple of schools out there. So please direct them directly to your administrator. But I am always there to help. You can look up, go on Google, look up Colton Joint Unified School District, look up leadership, and you can find all my information there. Also, my email on my phone. It's my direct phone. It's the phone I use every day. I'm always very transparent with that. And Teresa knows that as soon as you call me, if I can't get to you right away, but I'll get you somehow, send you a smoke signal or something, and let you know, hey, I got your message. So, any questions? I'm sorry? School's out June 2nd. Last day of school is June 2nd. And that, I think, is a Monday. So they'll be out on Monday. Any other questions? I'm sorry? Summer school starts the next day, June 3rd. So out of school, and then summer school June 3rd. And there will be a program. There will be a lunch and breakfast program during the summer. I think it's going to be Joe Baca Middle and Bloomington High that will have that on the south side, and Joe Baca Middle on the north side. So there will be a meal program during the summer. And I think Together, if you guys know about Think Together, they will also have a program for our kids. So make sure you sign them up for that. Anything else? All right, awesome. Have a great day. Or evening, actually.
All right, up next is County Fire. Okay, and our Sheriff's Department.
Hello, good afternoon. My name is Deputy Luis Arroyo. First question is, anybody in the public only speak Spanish or understand Spanish? No? Okay, so no translation today. I was going to practice my Spanish today. Okay, so just some of the news that we got. We had a meeting here at the Bloomington Grove last month. Just for those that are not aware, we do have a Bloomington substation now assigned here. Substation for us is somewhere we can actually take like a break, catch up on reports, have that police presence here. It doesn't mean that there's going to be an assigned deputy here at the Bloomington Grove 24/7, but if you guys do see me or see our patrol unit on the southwest corner of the Bloomington Grove, that's where our substation will be located. We're currently working on making signs, putting the non-emergency number, code enforcement number on the door. That way the general public at the Bloomington Grove is aware of what numbers to call instead of 911 if it's not an emergency. And if you see me, just stop by, say hello. And if you need me for anything, just swing on by, knock on the door, and I'll be in there if you see a patrol unit outside. I also wanted to talk about two particular cases of significance that happened last month. I think sharing this information with the public is beneficial for everyone. The first one is going to be a violent crime. It was an assault with a deadly weapon that occurred near the intersection of Taylor Avenue and Alder Avenue. It happened about 10 days ago, where this reporting party called in a female victim was dragged inside a residence. Under the exigent circumstances, deputies investigated, entered the property, made announcements, were able to locate a male and a female subject underneath a blanket. Upon review, they located a laceration to the back of the female's head The whole pillow was covered in blood. It was a bloody scene. After they rendered medical aid for the female subject victim, they detained the male suspect, which was the offender. They ended up solving the crime, ended up finding a metal pole still with the remains of the victim's hair nearby. Luckily, there was a reporting party that was passing by that was able to call 911 and report the incident. Kind of keeps you guys aware that any call, it doesn't matter how small it is or how big it is, you might be saving someone's life. By seeing that, just call it in. We're there to respond for you. We're here for you guys, okay? And then there's another one, a little bit more on a happy note. This one was, the case agent was my Bloomington partner that works on the weekends, Deputy Garcia Perez. Over the weekend, there was a Bloomington resident with her daughter walking her dog, a Doberman named Blue. While they were walking around Bloomington, there was a couple that were asking questions about the Doberman and trying to, get more information about, oh, how cute it is. Like, can we see it? So while they were distracting the Bloomington resident, they snatched the dog away from them and were last seen. They were last seen heading an unknown direction. Luckily for them, luckily for the victim, she had a key eye and was able to get a license plate of the vehicle. Garcia Perez did an extremely good job on following through, attempting to locate the registered owner of the vehicle, identifying the suspects that were involved, writing the warrants, asking partners like the 40 King, which is our helicopter, and additional other agencies to assist in actually taking these people into custody. I can say that Blue was returned back to his residence, back with the righteous owner, and those two individuals are currently in jail for theft of a dog. Those are the two calls of significance that I can recall at this time, but I'm going to continue to bring up more calls for service. That way you guys are aware of what's going on in your community.
Thank you very much. We appreciate that update. We were actually talking about that incident with Blue yesterday, and I know Angela actually made a call in at Kessler, and you guys responded very promptly, she said. So
yeah. So
appreciate that.
After all the break-ins in Kessler Park, I know that we've been relaying all the information to every shift. So we're constantly there when time permits as best as we can. But at the same time, you guys need to call it in for us, and then we'll show up.
For what you do, we appreciate you, and thank you for taking the time to come down.
Thank you, guys.
You have something else?
Yeah. Hi, Lieutenant Teese with the Sheriff's Department. Oh, yeah. Definitely want to add just a little bit to the meeting. We do have some personnel moves at Fontana Station. One of them is you're going to be getting a new lieutenant at the Fontana Station. I am actually, luckily, I got promoted, so I'm going to stay in place, and I'm going to be the captain of the Fontana Station. There's going to be a new lieutenant. I'm still going to be involved in a lot of the Bloomington MAC meetings because this is really where a lot of my passion resides is helping out the community of Bloomington. So, but I'll be bringing him into future meetings so you can have an opportunity to meet him and he can get familiar with any issues that are coming up in the community. So if there is any questions from the audience, we'd love to take them. Yes, ma'am. No, that's definitely a valid point, and we appreciate you bringing that up. So the proposition that's being mentioned was passed by our entire state of California in November, and it definitely does provide us a lot more tools and resources to hold people accountable. A lot of the the prosecution side, the district attorney is definitely involved with. It did create some additional crimes. A lot of those crimes are having to do with misdemeanors and drug offenses and theft crimes. This being a violent felony is definitely has the potential to land somebody in state prison. Now, with that being said, it's out of our control in terms of what type of repercussions those individuals get during the court hearings. However, regardless, we fight really hard for our victims and our community, and that's one of the reasons why Deputy Arroyo wanted to share that information. Now, with that being said, just to echo some of what Deputy Arroyo mentioned about being the callers is, obviously we want to get it to a point where if you do have a problematic person on your block that's creating a lot of issues, especially if it's violent, definitely encourage you to call us, because we don't want it to keep escalating to this point where you're mentioning that there's been a lot of issues with this particular individual. If we can head off those problems ahead of time, then we definitely want to try to be as proactive as possible. And just to add a little bit on that one, sometimes members of the community are not always comfortable calling the sheriff's department or police services because they're afraid that their information is going to be put out there. You can always call anonymously, and we encourage you to do that as well if need be. The more information we have, you are our eyes and our ears, the more effective we can be at preventing those issues. And you said there was a second question?
My second question was, we were the residents that where the Hummer that was stolen, and they drove it around our backfield, and then they drove through Caltrans, fence line, down into that waterway. I had asked the officer if he could also contact Caltrans, because when we answer the call, all we get is an answer machine, and they never, ever return any communication. We, because of one of the homeless, lost along that freeway, side, the north side of the waterway, we ended up with a new more field. We eventually had to put a portion of the chain link that we had up against that fence line to at least temporarily stop them from entering. Is there a way that you guys can try to reach out to them again that this utility on the freeway fence?
No, I appreciate you bringing that to our attention. I'll tell you what, after the meeting, if we can get a little bit more information, and we'll reach out to Caltrans. We do definitely want to know what telephone number you're calling to. And then that way we can kind of see what we can do to kind of bridge that gap and see what Caltrans can do to help us with that. So I don't know, do you have anything to add to that? Yeah. No problem. Thank you. Any other questions or from the MAC? And congratulations to our new members. It's going to be great working with you. Thank you. All right. Appreciate it.
Thank you, gentlemen. And let's congratulate LT on his promotion, and thank you. We look forward to seeing everything that you do. And if you missed out on the meet and greet, it was actually very nice. So it was held over there at Ayala Park, and myself and Angela attended, and there was a lot of seniors in the complex as well. So it was nice to hear a different perspective as well, and things that they are facing, some of the issues and troubles they're having. And we encourage some of them to come down here as well to the MAC meeting. But it was also a nice time to be able to meet them. And, I had never met Deputy Arroyo's partner until that meeting. So that was nice. So when we have those events, guys, I would suggest you guys come out, because there was a pretty good information. And it was also nice to meet other residents that we haven't ever met before. Next up is special districts.
Good evening. Welcome all new MAC members and present ones. I always lead with this, and I hope we don't get tired of it, but shout out to the San Bernardino County Sheriff and our code enforcement team. It's just night and day how good of a job. I mean, it's amazing how good of a job they do, and how much we rely on them. I know I do a lot, as they've touched on. I know it's not just our parks, but we feel the wrath of it a lot, and especially recently, and we just appreciate their continued support as well as code enforcement. We couldn't do it without them. So on to fun stuff. We have Easter coming up. Our Ayala Easter egg hunt will be this Saturday, and your chance to have your little one take photos with the Easter bunny. That is this Saturday from 10 to noon. The egg hunts last about 15 to 20 minutes, and there's an egg hunt for all ages, all the way to 11 years old. So if you want more information about that, there's flyers in the back. But we're super excited about Easter. It's always a fun time, and the kids enjoy it. So we also have our micro soccer league coming up. It's for the littles 4, 5, 6, 7. It's here. They play soccer 2 times a week for 5 weeks. So they play a lot of soccer in a short period of time. It's a perfect opportunity to get them introduced to the game. And when we have our bigger league in the fall, it makes them more ready to play and do well in that league. So we're super excited about that. West Valley Water Partnership, we're having their succulent workshop, which I'm excited to see. We've had pretty good amount of turnout for it being a first-time program. That's May 3rd. That's also coming up. I'm not going to list all the classes, but please call our rec office if you want more information. But we have Arts in the Park. We've partnered with the Arts Connection out of San Bernardino County, and they are offering a variety of different types of art programs, not just like arts like coloring and painting, but music and like clay molding, all kinds of fun stuff. And they do that right out of here. So it's free, it's accessible. If you want more information, please contact the rec office and we'll let you know. Thank you for all of you that came out and did the enjoyed the grand opening with us and the Little League opening ceremonies. Probably one of the top 5 favorite nights of my career. It was a lot of fun, and just see a lot of smiles on not just kids' faces, but adults. This park is beautiful, but that park down there is just, I just, from where it was to where it is now, I just can't say enough. This is probably a 2-part deal. I was coaching baseball out there the other night, and I just sometimes days off and start looking around and go, man, a lot of awesome little kids get to play here and they deserve it. So, and to piggyback on that is just, it's fun to coach in the league and not just work here. Cause I get to know a lot of the kids on a more personal level, and there are a lot of great kids in this community. And it's awesome to see that we're serving them at a higher level than they've ever been served before. So that's really cool. Any questions? And I'll let you guys get back at it. Okay. Have a great night.
No questions, but just wanted to tell Aaron, thank you so much. Our opening ceremonies was very successful, and majority of that was as a result of a lot of your hard work you did in that. And I know you put a lot of effort into that dream field, and it is beautiful. I mean, and the parents always, a lot of them share their videos and their pictures throughout the season. And the first couple of ones I got, it was like there were professional grade photographers, because the pictures just came out so beautiful with that background. But so thank you to you and your staff for that. We appreciate it.
I always make a joke that anything's possible with money, but it
That's very true.
but I don't know. It's like I'm like a kid in a candy store or a kid in a toy store. It's just like helping, being a part of designing that and watching it come from what it was to now is like, good Lord, it's awesome. So
Yeah, and it's a lot of work to keep that park clean, and his staff does a really good job. I mean, I remember the days we had to clean it, so I'm super appreciative for that.
Well, again, when I started 7 years ago, it was a staff of 1, and now I went from being 1 to 8. And so shout out to our team. They not only do they work hard, but they care. So it's awesome. Thank you guys for the kind words.
Right, up next, West Valley Water.
Good evening, MAC members. Kudos to Aaron and his team. The field is really beautiful. And as someone who played on that field 30 plus years ago, I'm quite jealous of the kids now. But just want to say good evening and welcome to the new board members. I'm Greg Young. I'm president of the board and represent the 5th Division of West Valley Water District. I'm joined tonight with our Vice President, Dan Jenkins, and he represents the 3rd division, or which one are you in? 2nd division. 2nd division. Sorry, we're in divisions now. It's hard for us to remember. But don't particularly have a lot tonight. Aaron kind of stole a little bit of our thunder with the succulent class, so we are looking forward to that. Just hoping for a little bit more rain. I'm sure some people are ready for the warm weather to come, but we're still a little bit behind on our rainfall for the year because we had a very dry fall and very dry December. So hopefully we can make up some rain here in the next month or so because we're actually still about 10 inches behind where we should be for the year. So it's not as bad as it was looking in the fall, but we could still use a little bit more rainfall. But other than that, just welcome to the new members and be happy to answer any questions anyone has. So they're having the succulent class here at this location, and I believe that there might be some material in the back to sign up for that if you haven't already. But it's something new which we're trying here with Aaron's team, and we're hoping. It sounds like we've had a pretty good turn people sign up already. So again, we're kind of looking forward to it, and hopefully it'll be something we can do more of. But it's just a class on planting succulents and things like that. Yeah. I'm not an expert, so I don't claim to be. I have a brown thumb, not a green thumb. So yeah. Yeah. So, okay, thank you. Yeah. So,
my wife and I have attended the class, and
yeah,
you get to take some plants home. So
yeah,
and they're still alive to this day.
Yeah. Any other questions?
Thank you so much. We're actually looking forward to that class.
Excellent.
We want to take it because we killed succulents last year. So
excellent. Well, I look.
I didn't know that was possible.
Yeah, I look forward to hearing your reviews on it.
Yes,
So,
and thank you for bringing that to here because it's nice to have our partners, come out and do other things in our community and offer those services. And thank you for also attending, opening ceremonies and your donation of water to our league. So it's really nice to see all your presence in the community at all our events. So thank you guys for always taking the time to come down.
Sure, absolutely. Thank you. Y'all have a good night.
Teresa, even if I may, I know that Supervisor provided some of the updates, but I did just want to share that we do have our Earth Day coming up, as you mentioned. That's going to be on April 26th from 8 to 12. Please feel free to volunteer. We do have a QR code in the back for you guys to scan. Location still being determined. We're just trying to find the best area to service the community. But in conjunction, we're also going to be having a dump day. So you can discard any sort of trash. You can also discard tires, e-waste, even compost. And that location will be at Kessler Park. So please come out April 26th, 8 to 12. Thank you.
Jessica. And there's also the flyer on the back of your agenda for Earth Day, as well as important numbers, our next upcoming board meetings, and just some other information on different ways you can follow Supervisor Baca on social media.
And also, we have a recently created Bloomington MAC Instagram as well as a Bloomington MAC Facebook. So please follow us. We will be doing all Bloomington MAC updates on there. We will be posting the live. A lot of the presentations will also be posted so that people that are not able to attend, they can go ahead and see the information after the fact on our pages. We will be also sharing any community updates. So if you are a Bloomington resident that has anything going on in Bloomington that would like us to post it, please email it to either myself, our communications officer, Josie, or the supervisor, Baca email. We'd be happy to share it. So thank you.
We were so happy. The day that I saw that in my inbox, I was like, thank you, because that was some good news to see those pages. Thank you very much. All right, now moving on to presentations. Our first one is the Cedar Orange Project. And we have the Bickle Group. Did I pronounce that right? Bickle? Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I'll start and then we'll pick up. So my name is Bill Wynn. I'm the CEO of Starboard Realty Advisors. And we're the developer for this project. Just a little bit of background on us. We're based in Irvine, California. We own some shopping centers in California, and we do quick serve restaurant development in California. We also own apartments in California and throughout the Western United States and develop apartments. We have a staff that does handle this project. Our head guy, Pat Cox, this is spring break and he's gone for the week, so I'm here to replace him. But you have some material, well, you have on the screen there, and we go through a few important things I think I could highlight about the project. We have done some other Starbucks. So Starbucks is one of the tenants here, and McDonald's. And we also are doing an EV charging station here on the site plan on the back behind each of the tenant buildings. There's going to be 5 stalls each. And the operator is Iona, and they have a unique product. If you look at a Tesla station or the others, it's just you pull in and you plug in. They have a roof that comes up about halfway over the parking spot. So if it was raining, you could pull in and you would have rain protection, sun protection. So it's a little bit different than what you've seen in other locations. Also, as you probably know, based on kind of the COVID experience, the quick serve restaurants are really much more focused on drive-through operations than they were in the past. And both of these have double stack drive-through, which means less likely that you'll have any cars in the parking lot area interfering with people coming in and out or trying to park in the parking spaces. And also Starbucks, if you're familiar with what they normally have done in the past, say pre-COVID, was a 2,000 square foot building with a lot of inside seating. But in order for them to get more drive-through capacity, they've reduced the size of the building. So this one is about 1,300 square feet. So it's smaller footprint, so it allows more room for the stacking of cars and parking. We are building the Starbucks. We're the builder, and then we're leasing the building to them. McDonald's is going to build their own building, but we're coordinating both, through the county. I'm going to turn it over to Hannah. She can talk more about the architectural design and the site plan. Do you have any questions of me before I step down? Okay.
Awesome. Thanks, Bill. I'm Hannah Lovano. I'm with Kimley Horner Associates, a civil engineer that's been working with Starboard on this project for just about 2 years now, actually. We've been working pretty extensively with the county planning department, thoroughly vetting site plan, parking, landscape, all the things, just so that we're obviously compliant with county code and looking into, what this area is going to look like in the future and making sure that we're congruent with their vision. So the property is on the southeast corner of Cedar and Orange, right there off the freeway, not too far from here, actually. It's currently 4 parcels. Our plan is to do lot mergers to reduce that down to 2 parcels. There'll be a parcel on the north for the Starbucks or McDonald's, parcel on the south for the Starbucks. You can go ahead and go to the next slide. This is the overall site plan. Obviously, we wanted to present you guys kind of a schematic of what we're looking at. We've really focused on really activating that corner with a lot of landscape, making sure that we're, again, taking into account the ultimate build out of Cedar. Cedar is master planned to be a larger street with the county code, so we've taken into effect a street widening. And so we're pushing that existing curb line, I guess, west, planned north on this view. So everything is accounted for in terms of, all that widening, everything that has to go on for the ultimate build out of Cedar so that that corridor can function properly down the road based on their master plan. As Bill mentioned, we do have 2 double drive-throughs on this site. It looks a little intimidating, but in reality, it's really great for operational use of both drive-throughs. We've done thorough queuing analysis to confirm that, never you're going to see drive-through queue off onto Cedar. It was a huge issue with the county that we've worked pretty extensively with them on. And obviously, we want to make sure that traffic safety is a big, component of this site plan. As Bill alluded to, we do propose EV parking on this project, which I think, is obviously part of California code at this point, but is also a good feature to have in the community for the people that live here, and then also for the people that are driving through off the 10. You can go on to the next couple slides. These are a little bit more technical. Maybe skip this one. This is, we'll stick to the pretty pictures. I'm an engineer, but I like pretty pictures today. So this is the McDonald's renderings. You can see the architecture that we've gone with. Again, we've worked really extensively with county planning to make sure that this is congruent with their vision for the area and, their codes. And then we have similar renderings for the Starbucks in the next couple of pages, or there we go. They almost look identical. So they're very similar. They complement each other as one development, although they are 2 standalone operations. That was kind of our goal, to make this look a little bit more cohesive and not so much 2 separate QSRs, quick serve restaurants, more as a cohesive development. The next slide is a little schematic of some of our signage. If you look at these details, you will see obviously the freestanding menu boards for all of the drive-through operations, as well as where we're planning to put multi-tenant signage on both Orange Street and Cedar. So if you guys have specific questions about any signage, I'm happy to answer. The final slide is just a blow up of the multi-tenant signage. We wanted to provide that for the community just because this is obviously one of the bigger signs on the property. And so this is our rendering of, how we propose that to look like. But again, we've really kind of put our heart and soul into the site plan and to making sure that, the landscape and everything is appealing to the community, and really want to make sure that it can become an integral part of that corridor in the future as well as right now. So open to any questions, concerns, comments that anyone might have.
I guess my only question right now is, so on the double drive-throughs, I know it's, ideal to where it doesn't ever intrude into Cedar, but let's say that happens. What's the alternative that could happen, or what is plan B if that starts to become a problem?
Yeah, it's a good question. And actually, it's a pretty recent topic with the county that we've been working through. In our queuing study, we've got factors, numerical factors that make our analysis more conservative than it needs to be. So the data that we show in our queuing analysis to start is very conservative, and it shows that we're not going to spill onto Cedar. So take that with what you will. The worst case scenario is that we work with tenants to come up with some sort of operational plan that gets cars out of Cedar. The tenants, both McDonald's and Starbucks, don't want that to occur either. That's obviously not something that they would take pride in if they're known for the QSR that has a drive-through in the street. That's not good for them either. So both tenants, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I have a question. What is estimated groundbreaking and estimated opening?
About 6 months to build from when the permits were issued. And I'm thinking that in the next 3, maybe 3 months from now, 4 months from now.
For ground break? No. No. Thought that was me. I was like, in my car. We're waiting right now on a formal staff report from the county before we're getting started on any permit drawings. So once we have that staff report and Starboard feels comfortable with the conditions that the county issues, then we'll get going on drawings. That said, I'm thinking we'll probably submit late summer, fall for permit. So maybe we're looking into probably 2026 for ground break. That would be my estimate. Yeah.
This might be for you. Is because I'm not exactly quite sure from this plan. Is this the 7-Eleven? Is that remaining there, or is that
It will be.
the 7-Eleven will remain?
Yes.
Okay.
Can I ask a question? When was this came up to our MAC meeting? I've been coming to the MAC meeting for almost 20 years. And I've never heard of this. And I used to have a house 2 doors down. And it's never brought up in this meeting. It was probably okayed by the county, but it was never brought up to our members.
Dave Jane,
Why you wrote.
the reason it's coming to the MAC, it's to present to the MAC prior to going to any of the other commissions. So this is them doing the public hearing. So this is the first step. It's not that it's already been approved or anything. This is part of the process.
But this wasn't the way we planned it when we started the MAC meeting. We started the MAC meeting, and everybody had to come in and get approval, because they have to widen the street. That street is not wide enough for a McDonald's and the food. It has to be another lane. It has to be.
That's part of that's part of how we're building it fast, the widening. We have to leave this space to do the widening for our construction.
Did you buy all those houses out?
Well, we don't really have any houses on the parcel.
Yeah.
We see that it's pretty small. It's about 3 acres.
There's one residence on there, and it's part of those 4 parcels that I mentioned. So that whole area will be widened per the county's master plan. Cedar.
Because we still have another year on the freeway overpass that's being done.
Yeah.
That is on the east side, and Twitch is going to be on the west side. So you guys will be impacted for another 2 years after you built your business there, because you're going to be transferring to the west side. That's another one of the concerns. The other concern is with Bob's office, we usually have these things when they're first brought to you, that the MAC was to be brought aware.
That is the purpose of this meeting, that for them to bringing it to our MAC members.
I mean, I don't know.
Just for
It's just like on San Bernardino and Cedar. That's Palm Court that's going in there. You know, they came here and asked us. They asked us if we could put it there. That was a strawberry plant. And they came to our meeting and asked. Not just put up stuff and do it.
I think
we can't afford it.
I think that we do something that's kind of a complicated project. The county, like if we came here, we wouldn't know what we could show you. So the county said you can't do this, you can't do that. They have a general idea of how you can lay it out. And that's that process to come up with what we showed you here. So we would be able to, we showed you anything here, the county would have to approve it anyway. So this is the first meeting
And
It's just a big concern of the traffic. The traffic, you know.
I don't think the project really intends to be open until the summer of 2026, so a year and a half from now. And so that's quite a ways out, and I don't know the timing of the flight, so I don't find that out. But I know that's part of it.
Well, 7-Eleven right there is at 37 wrecks, rear ended, going into their 7-Eleven. And I know that for a fact, because I was a deputy here. And I know that for a fact. Rear ended, because it wasn't wide enough to turn in there.
Yeah, I think, like you heard earlier, he bought the property 2 years ago, and literally it's taken this long to figure out with the county what incorporate the refinement project into what we're doing. So we don't, build something and have to remove it.
I understand this.
Yeah, so I think it also had to negotiate with the other parcel owners, because they're both a new single line intersection going in at Orange and Cedar, as part of what we're doing, a new only intersection, everything's better flow of that whole corner area. So it was a lot of, it's had a, I think about 2 years to get to this point.
See, we can't go on the other side, we can't go on the east side of Cedar to widen it, because that's a historical building.
Yeah, Dave, so I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to cut this short for them. This is their first step, is coming to the MAC and talking to us in regards to that, bringing up our concerns to them, and as well as the supervisor's office. If we have.
Land use is here too as well, so they're taking notes.
Since we started up that new account for our tax base, and with this being a new business, is this going into the Bloomington account, tax base, or with the funding for this, we put it into the county line? Because we understood that any further new businesses coming in to Bloomington, this tax base was to go into solely Bloomington.
So that you're speaking on a community benefit agreement, which is completely separate than a business entity doing business with the county. I will be happy to take down any notes. If we could continue on with the presentation, I'd be happy to write down any questions and definitely come back with some of the answers, just to facilitate and respect everybody's time.
Anything further? Okay. Well, thank you so much for coming down. We appreciate you guys taking down the time to come and address this with our residents. And will we be hearing back from you again in the future? Is there any other proposed meetings that we have? Much. We appreciate that. Yes. Our community is very prideful in having our name out there. So, you could also talk about a digital board if we want to talk about some signage. We would, the thing is we're trying to get some digital boards out to, in our area, we don't have really a lot of ways to relay things. That's a very busy corner with a lot of traffic. So I don't know if that's something you could propose, but it would be greatly appreciated by our community if you could. Thank you.
And we do have land use who would now be speaking as well. And thank you all for bringing your concerns. I do want to reiterate that that is the purpose of them coming to the meeting, to hear what your thoughts are, to get your comments out. So thank you. But go ahead.
Hi. Thank you, Jessica. Good morning, good evening, Chair and MAC members and the public. So my name is Sue Ostrander. I'm the Assistant Director with Land Use Services. So we are here taking notes on your comments and the community's comments. We also want to offer, this is the very first community meeting as you indicated. But we are available and we have a project interest list. Any community member who's interested in being on that, please let us know. We'd be happy to add you to that list. I can provide you my card. You can email me your information so that we have it correct as well. Either way, but this is not a decided project. It is in the middle of going through the process, and this is just part of that step. So I just wanted to clarify that and let you know there are other opportunities for you to comment before the decision maker. So I'm going to stay through the meeting if there's any other comments and interest as well. So thank you.
What gets me?
Sure.
We have a tire shop right down in the valley, right across the street.
Mm-hmm.
Been there for a long time. North Tire. It took 9 years to get a permit to build. And then they're gonna bring in something like this real fast? When he's been wanting 9 years to build a new shop, he just got it approved last week. That's not right. It's not right. We need to get our heads together and figure out what we're doing first.
It's definitely something we're working on in having more consistent processing times.
First step is being here and hearing us out, and so we appreciate you taking the time to be here, and I hope maybe you can make our future meetings as well.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much. All right, moving along, Bloomington Roadwork Improvement Project.
Hello, good evening, everyone. I'm Bob with the Bloomington Roadwork Project. You can hit the next slide. As you know, right now we're closed on Locust. We'll be reopening, we're projecting the end of September of this year. So when Locust is open, then Armstrong will be closed. Right now we're putting the storm drain in and we'll start following up with the road work on Locust. Next slide. Locust is going to have, when it's done, the 3 traffic lights, and it's going to be 4 lanes wide, have the trails and the sidewalks and the curbs along that area. Next slide. There's going to be some work starting in May on 11th Street. We're going to go block to block. So some of the areas are going to be affected during the day. They're always going to be open. And, if we're working in front of someone's house, we'll have to negotiate, but we'll have workers there to make sure they can get in or out or whatever. But it's going to be kind of a closure on block to block as we kind of move down. And that's to put some storm lines and some sewer lines in on 11th. Next slide. Europa Avenue also in May, we're going to close up. It's going to be just partially closed to make that adding a lane and then putting the curbs and the gutters in on Europa. So that's still going to be open and shouldn't be an issue. And that's going to start in May. Next slide. And then Linden in June, we have a sewer line that's going to run all the way up, and it's going to pass the school. So whenever we do that work in the area of the school, we'll coordinate. We've always been in contact with the school principal. So whenever we do that work, we'll make sure they're fully involved in whatever we have to do to keep them going. We'll probably do it on one of the times. We'll hit that area whenever they're not in school, ideally. And next slide. I think that's basically the summary of all our work coming up. Does anyone have any questions? Yes. I'm not aware that they are. As far as I know, they're not. Yes. Yeah, there's a picture of them. If you go continue, I think it's in the slide.
I believe, in the slideshow. Um, it's similar to, you know, when you go south on Armstrong and there's the housing there, it's like that, where you have the fence, the white fence, and like the horse trail next to it. That's basically how it's gonna look. Any other questions? Yes.
I had a question. Sorry.
problem.
In terms of the 11th Street closure, I understand that a storm drain is going to be added and sidewalks as well. Are
Yes.
any of the nearby houses, like, are they going to get any like connection to the storm drain? Seeing as like the whole road will be like across from them.
There's the houses don't get connected. I think there's an inlet at the street, but there's no houses don't get connected to storm drains. That's all public.
Okay. Okay.
But yeah, they will have the benefit. That's the whole purpose of this exercise, you know, is to put curbs and you know, deal with the water issues there.
I see. And lastly, it was mentioned that the adjacent residents will be notified direct by
Yes.
mail. How wide or how extensive is that going to be for the residents?
I think we're going to go down. Correct me if I'm wrong, Charlie, but I think it's all the residents, and we'll give them like weeks notice. You know, like 3 or 4 weeks notice.
Okay.
I'm going to jump in there and ask another question kind of associated with that. Are the residents or the owners going to be notified? Two different things in this area.
I think they go to the addresses.
The property owners or the people or the addresses of the residents?
I don't know.
Two different things.
Do you know, Charlie? The addresses. Yes. Yeah, we've been trying to do that, but a lot of times, I mean, I've done it personally, and a lot of times it's very difficult. I mean, Jessica's kind of smiling because she's.
I
coming
can
with me.
attest because I've also walked the community with
Yeah.
the group and able to notify the community. And we do get response from some, but there's others that don't. And it's been after hours. It's been 5, 6 o'clock in the evening. Even like on the way back, we've stopped at other houses. So it has been an effort, but thank you for bringing it up. If we can do it again or if we
Well,
continue, just let us know.
Yeah, we've tried many. Personally, I have as well. And one of the issues, just to be honest, is a lot of the people have dogs and fences, and it's really hard to get in there. And you know, we try, and we've hit most of them, and we've talked to most of them. Not all of them, but probably 90%. And we've tried calling, and we've tried mailing, and we've tried going, all three, numerous times.
I have a question. Is that something that could be even put onto our Bloomington MAC page?
We will go ahead and share this as well. Make sure that we give the notice. So that is also the purpose of the pages. So we'll make sure that we post the notices, reminders. So if you guys want to share that, reshare it, please send it over to your community members. Because I know a lot of people are on social media. My parents are a little bit older and they like to stay on social media. So making sure that we talk to our community and let them know that, hey, follow the page because a lot of these updates will also be there. Thank you, Diane.
Any other questions? Okay, thank you.
Your update. See, this is why
Anytime.
we need a digital board. We don't have one on the south side. Okay, now we're going to move over to the approval of minutes. So we did get approval to go ahead and, as long as you are a comfortable board with approving the minutes for December, as well as March. So do I have a motion to approve the minutes? Angela motions. Do I have a second?
I'll second. Can I vote on it because I wasn't there?
So per county council, as long as you guys have reviewed the minutes, as long as you guys have reviewed the minutes and you feel comfortable and knowing that the accuracy of the minutes and the meeting, which is online from our live, is accurate, then you're welcome to review them. And if you don't feel comfortable, you're able to abstain. So
If Angela and Teresa approve it, then I would approve it as well because they've reviewed it and they were here.
and the motion moves. Thank you.
All right, now we will move on to public comment. Just a friendly reminder, we do ask that you keep your public comments to a 3-minute time limit. First up is Dave Jean.
Good evening, everybody. As y'all know, I'm Dave Jane. I'm the biggest mouth of Bloomington, and the MAC board or whatever. But I'm out for the Bloomington people. I don't want to be stepped on no more. We're stepped on enough as it is. Okay? Couple things we got coming up. I run the San Bernardino Valley Riders. The horse group in San Bernardino out there at the Kessler Park was broken into and had $10,000 worth of damage. Okay, they took all the copper from the inside, underneath, crawled underneath, took all the copper out, took all my generator, my transformers and everything else about a week ago. So we need some eyes and some ears. If you see it, report it. Okay, the sheriff's department can't do enough. They're working hard to try to get it done. I don't know what we're going to do for the 12th of this month, but I got a Easter egg hunt for the needy kids and the special needs kids. Starts at 9 o'clock in the morning, goes to about 2. Okay, like I said, we got to start working together and we got to figure out what's going on in Bloomington. The thieves are just too bad. Code enforcement needs to get out on the trail. I had 5 complaints of cowboys and guys riding on our trail that's right behind the liquor store, CNH Liquor, or goes all the way to the railroad tracks and goes all the way to Harupa. There's homeless all down through there. They're even blocking the gates. It's on Santa Ana. So we need our access back for these horse guys. That's what it was dedicated for, and that's what it should be for everybody like that. I don't like to be a grouch, but it's got to be done. We got to start doing something to make these people happen. We tried it. Angela and I worked our butts off, and I'm saying it, to try to get us a homeless thing for the county to buy. It's still empty. Okay, I got 1 minute. All right, it's still empty. All right, but anyway, starting the third Saturday of every month, there will be gym cannas down at that arena. Okay? California Horsemen Association is coming over and joining my group to put on a gymkhana course every third Saturday. Starts at 9 to 2. Okay? So they're going to be down there that Saturday, the third Saturday of every month. So I want you guys to come down and see what's going on. And they're from Menifee. I know my meeting's done. They're from Menifee. They're from all over the place. The president's from Sacramento. Came down and saw me last Monday and met with me over at Kessler Park. Because every park, every arena in the state of California is falling apart, except mine, and I'm going to hold it till I die. Okay?
Also, a friendly reminder that Dave Jane is having his Easter egg hunt for special needs kids on April 12th from 10 to 2. All right, up next, Diana Tafoya. Did I pronounce that right? Tafoya.
Good evening. MAC Council and Bloomington community residents. My name is Diana Tafoya. I'm with the Institute of Public Strategies, a public health nonprofit organization that's overseen by the San Bernardino County Department of Behavioral Health. And I'm just here to share a free resource that's happening. So we are a prevention program. We work to reduce underage drinking and drug use in our community through community action projects, trainings to parents, youth, pretty much anywhere where we're able to just share and raise a level of awareness. But on April 26th from 10 to 2, we are partnering with Cal State San Bernardino, our local law enforcement, and San Bernardino County's fire department to hold National Take Back Day. It's an opportunity for community members that have any expired or unused medication to dispose of them properly. I know a lot of the times we have medication and we throw them away or we flush them down the toilet. Not only does it affect our ecosystem, but it's not the proper way to dispose of those medications. So this is a free resource. Community members from all Central Valley region, Bloomington residents, and all the other regions that we serve can come and dispose of their medications, no questions asked. And for those community members that have sharps that they not know what to do, we'll also be providing mail back kits so that they can dispose of those properly. We'll have these flyers out in the back for them, and then if anybody has any questions, I'm more than happy to share. But yeah, just wanted to share with y'all a free resource that's coming up. Thank you.
Coming and sharing that. We appreciate it. All right, up next, Roxanne and Brooklyn.
Almost there. You passed. Oh. Brooklyn. Great. Brooklyn. So while she's on her way up here, just to let you know, she is a Girl Scout Juliet, which means that she's independent. We just currently finished through the Girl Scout troops, their major cookie sale. But there were some girls, this is their first time, and it is Community Knockout Cookie 2.0, which means that individual girls got asked to reach out to the community. They're given more chances to sell more cookies in a better setting, which means that if you own a business, you will probably have a Girl Scout come knocking at your door with cookies for sale or to your home. Or if you see them traveling with the little carts like what she has, please stop and help them. This is our community as a whole of San Bernardino County, which is the San Gorgonio Girl Scouts. And we were one of Southern California's that was asked to please join in this. They have a chance of going to Hawaii. And so this little girl has, as meek and quiet as she generally is, has an opportunity to sell even more cookies. Last year she was second overall, and we are still waiting to hear what she did 2 weeks ago. So if you see her,
If you'd like to, in the back, she's going to be selling some cookies. She has asked for permission and has received it, that she can, if you'd like. They're $6. And thank you.
What form of payment do you take?
Pardon?
What form of payment? Do you take all forms of payment or just cash?
She can do Zelle, she can do cash, and she can do Cash App.
Perfect. You got it. Thank you.
Thank you, Brooklyn. Brooklyn, what you do is very important, and we're very proud of you for what you're doing. And we just ask that you continue to keep doing it. And don't worry about being shy. I know you're a good little talker. You're welcome at Kessler Park anytime to bring your bag and go and sell your cookies over there. All right, sweetheart? All right.
She's been asked by the advisors if she would like to come here each month and let know what is going on with the community of the Girl Scouts and what they've been doing. So we're still waiting to hear from Joe Baca's office on that one. Thank you. Thank you. All right, that
Is public comment for this evening. We will move on to discussion items. Is there any old business? Any new business? All right, that's easy. MAC board members' comments and community events. So we start with Yvonne.
Proud to be here, and I'm really looking forward to being a part of this community and helping to resolve any issues I can and attend most of the events that I can.
Just welcoming our new members. It's much appreciated you taking your time to come here, be here, and participate with us. And it's nice seeing Gary. We loved having you here. We love having you here when you do come. Everybody here, thank you so much. And Mr. Jane, thank you so much for all you do in our community. You are one of the biggest voices, and we can hear you from far away, and we appreciate that. Thank you for all the work you do in our community with our special needs kids in particular. And also, our chair and vice chair, you guys did great, and I'm really, really happy that you guys are in that position. Thank you.
Say thank you to everyone that came out. Continue to come out. Invite your neighbors to come out. Again, we thank you. We thank you, Dave Jane, for all that you do in the community. I want to say happy birthday to Gary. It's great to see Gary here. Thank you, Gary. So just, and then to our new MAC members, welcome, welcome. Welcome. So I just like to say thank you, everybody that came out, and continue to come out and support your community.
And Alejandro.
Firstly, I just want to say thank you, everyone, for coming out to this community event. I'm very honored and proud to be a part of this council. I look forward to getting to know everyone a lot more and understand how we all can impact and better the community. Thank you, everyone. Have a good night.
All right, and then as far as any new business, as far as any community events, there's really not a whole lot going on. Go out and support the kids during their graduations. If you'd like, come on down and visit our new beautiful Dream Field and eat some fantastic food from our snack bar out at Kessler Park. Come down this weekend to the Easter egg hunt. That's about it. I'd like to welcome Yvonne. I do know Yvonne, so welcome Yvonne. And Alejandro, it's very nice to meet you. And it's nice that we have a youngin on here and it teaches a few new things, I believe. So we look forward to getting to meet you.
From what I remember, you were one of our public speakers a few times, right? No?
No.
I thought I'd recognize you. Sorry about that. I was going to say that you were an example of someone who public speaker, came to our meetings, and now you're part of the MAC. So, but either way, regardless, thank you so much for being here.
It's very exciting to have new faces here in the audience as well. We miss some of the old faces. Our next board meeting is May 7th here at 6 p.m. Please share our Instagram and Facebook pages on your pages if as well. We like to get the word out. We like to get more people down here. And if I may be as bold to ask everybody, could we please sing happy birthday to Gary? All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Gary. Happy birthday to you. Woo! Gary, thank you for coming down on your birthday to be with us. It means a lot to see you here tonight. And thank you again to the supervisor's office. Again, for the support that we've been receiving lately is really phenomenal. It's been very, very, very appreciated. And we just want you to know that we thank you for the new pages, the new members, and the opportunity to have growth here. So thank you guys. We appreciate you. And thank you to the media, making us look good, giving us a few little tips. We appreciate you. All right. So with that, meeting adjourned at 7:32 p.m. Thank you. Drive
Thank you
safe.
all.